Welcome to the Cover Innovators Network in Johannesburg. And I'm sitting with Graham Gordon, Strategy Director P&C for Sapiens. Graham, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to me today.
Thank you.
Great. We're chatting on the back of the Innovators Network event this morning, and thank you again for Sapiens for being our sponsor here with Microsoft. We really appreciate that. We've been talking about AI mostly during the morning, technology and the usage of AI and the future of it, etc. And one of the interesting things I think maybe to open up with is the potential value that we can get from AI as big as everybody is sort of talking about?
I think there's two ways of looking at this. Number one is, well, the answer is yes, because look how much has been spent on it so far to date. And I have to rely on the research that, the superscalers have done on this and how much they've invested in OpenAI, et cetera, and the trajectory of it. And you kind of go, well, they've seen the future perhaps more than we have, and they've spent billions on it. So the answer is like it has to be because of just how much. And then the second part where I look at this is with the insurers and our customers ourselves. If you go through the story of the last 18 months, it landed on us. We didn't forecast it. We weren't necessarily expecting it in the format that it's come through. Everyone ran away. They did hackathons internally. They did proof of concepts. They did a lot of internal work focused on it. They spun up departments. They changed the structure of their organization. And that's a function of everyone's beginning to realize how deep and the potential of it. So I think there's two yeses there from me.
Brilliant. Yeah. No, I think after the discussions we had this morning, certainly seems like that's the case. I think one of the things that are important for us is to think holistically. That message came through very clear this morning. Do you see companies, especially in our industry, the insurance side and risk side, thinking holistically enough?
Yes and no. So yes, we're always looking for the kind of the moments that matter in an insurance process or something. What really counts? Where can we inject insight? Not just AI itself, but all the different combinations of things that we can do in that moment that actually matters to you at point of claim or point of renewal if you're a consumer, or everywhere across the value chain. This is pervasive. It's going to be everywhere. Um, so holistically, yes, you can go across the whole value chain. You do think of it. You look at the external customer facing benefits. You look at your internal benefits as well. And then the bit I'm a bit hesitant about is insurance companies are not structured holistically. You have your underwriting, you have your actuarying, you have your claims, so structurally there's an opportunity there where you're looking at the process holistically. And I don't think we've had the motivation to do that before. We're very, very structured in our kind of linear way of managing a business, managing an insurance company, managing the customer, and all of a sudden we've got this opportunity now to say, hey, this can go across everything, and that's forcing us to look a little bit more holistically.
Take away some of that silo issues. And of course, it's going to bring back the focus on who owns the client in the business. Um, which division has got the first dips.
It answers everybody now, I think. So the whole thing can fit together a lot smoother, and you can communicate between the departments, and you're getting that, proper 360-degree view of the client, the business, whatever it is you're insuring, the risk profile of it, and you're surfacing the insights at point of need now rather than, hey, I've got my operating system over here and I'm going to go over there to have a look at my analytics package. So you're unifying the software, you're unifying all the processes, and you've got this chance now for a progressive insurer to go, hey, I see this now. I see the whole pathway. I don't just see, my little bit of it.
Yeah, and that also means that the value that each division or area adds gets pulled through to the next one. It's not just left behind there, and the next one will have to start again producing value out of that client and the interaction, etc. Yeah, and then the last question to ask maybe is, um, the old question of is this tech, technology or AI strategy led, or is this business led?
It's a combination of both. So I kind of, there's one way of looking at it. So as a software provider, we deal with the technology department of the organizations that we serve. And for the first time, that kind of CTO, we're not just taking instructions from the business in the way we used to. Hey, we'll put a BA and we'll take all your requirements down. We'll make sure the software fits it. We'll develop bits that it doesn't fit. If there's any gaps, we'll fill them. That's the traditional way of doing it. And now you've got this kind of open eyes mentality where you can say, hey, I need to go to the business and I can show them capacity and I can show them things we can do. So the role of the kind of the CTO, the CIO is very changing. You can see that in the board structures as well. These are new positions that have been created, and it's a strategy position now, and that's really cool. And I think the business value bit's really, really important. And one of the things I've discovered over the past 18 months, working on this, is there are hundreds of use cases. Every single department will have people working on something, and they'll have this long line of use cases, and you're drinking from a fire hose. It's just coming at you. And we're getting very, very good now at kind of building the business case, understanding the value. And then once you've understood the value, you understand the impact you have on the client base, the customer base, what's good for them as well. And all of a sudden you're saying, right, these are the three things I'm going to focus on. These are the three things that drive the moments that matter in insurance. And I'm going to focus on those because they're going to make the difference. And that's the transition period we're going through now. Thousands of use cases, working out how to value them, and then drilling down into the ones that count the most for us.
And maybe just a last question. I know my previous one I said it's the last one, but in terms of jockeys for all of this within the business, is it possible to spread that? How do you build that pyramid of who's jockeying what of this, as you say, all of these initiatives that everybody has?
I think the platform foundation has to be the way forward. So, no matter where you are in the company, you're working on a coherent platform. The platform is structured in a way that it can, use the AI, use the business tools properly. And what that avoids doing is isolation departments, isolation development, not being able to kind of, look at the data structure correctly. And so who's jockeying it? Well, my answer is going to be, well, everybody should be, because you're using these tools at point of need, not because you're in a particular department or a particular role. It's very much about, let's find the right tool, let's find the business case, let's find the benefit. Once we've got the benefit, let's make sure we're injecting it wherever it needs to go. And if that's direct to consumer, if it's direct to the business, if it's direct to the broker, or it's directed to the agent, I don't think it matters, because you're looking for that bit that, is the moment of truth, where you can make a tangible and real benefit towards it. So think multiple jockeys, maybe.
Yeah, brilliant, exciting times. Graham, thank you so much. It was great seeing you today. Thanks for your participation in your talk, and thanks for spending time to have a quick chat.
Perfect. Thank you very much.